So now let's take a look at the second step of the pro forma, the bank debt allocation section. In this section here, we're going to look at how much the project's going to cost, how much money we're going to put down on the project, and then how much we're going to borrow from the bank. In this project here, we talked about an average cost being about $1.2 million, $1.3 million. In this situation, we're probably going to be required to put down approximately 20 to 25%. The balance of that there, we're going to go for a loan. That loan is going to be at some cost, at some interest rate. From there, we're going to be able to determine what our finance fee is going to be based on the amortization of the loan. This will determine what our monthly payment is going to be, and this is going to help us plug that into our pro forma to find out where our break even is so that we know exactly what we need to do to operate this car wash. So now that you know where you want to build your car wash and how much it's going to cost to build it and finance it, we need to talk about the equipment and making that decision on what type of car wash makes sense for you and your objectives.
Actually, I had the property for about 3 months before I had even really nailed down what equipment package we were going with Sonny. I had fairly much decided that I was going to go with an Extreme Express tunnel just because I liked the whole tunnel system, plus the market out here within 15 to 20 miles either direction out here, you have a tunnel wash. So my competition was forcing me to go with a tunnel wash. I had talked with the folks by this time at Sonny's, gotten some ideas from them, and I knew I was on a budget in this community, you know, that I couldn't just come in and build the Taj Mahal of car washes. You know, I was going to have to keep it low key to keep the cash flow where I needed it.
Well, now the next step in your pro forma is to determine how you're going to run your car wash. We need to discuss the hours of operation. We'll be open from 8 to 8, 7 days a week. We're going to be open until 10 o'clock at night. We're going to shorten the hours on Sunday. We need to know that so we can determine how much labor we need. When we put the labor together, we're going to talk about managers, assistant managers, and line workers. We'll break them down and run them through the pro forma to figure out how many hours we need to cover the different shifts without going into overtime. You need to talk about your wash packages. Where do you want to start your base price, and where do you want to end with your top wash based on the services that we're offering in the wash package? The banks and credit card fees, those will be determined based on a percentage of what we think the customers are going to use, credit cards or cash. Those fees are fixed, we can't change them, but they are going to be a cost. Chemical costs and maintenance, we're going to talk to our chemical suppliers, get an estimate of the cost of products, how much we'll use in each different application to do an estimate on what our cost per car is going to be in both the chemicals and then there's the regular ongoing maintenance of the facility and the wash once we're open. The fixed expenses, we're going to run those numbers to plug them into the pro forma and get a good hard number on the utilities, the water, insurance, trash removal. Payroll is going to be almost a fixed expense, not usual in a car wash, but in Extreme Express, it'll be almost fixed. The weather is going to take into effect a little bit. We're going to look at the weather reports in your region of the country to find out how many days of precipitation we normally get, and we're going to do our pro forma based on being open something less than 365 days a year. Maybe it's 300 days a year, and that's how we'll run this pro forma. If the weather gets better, great. If it's a bit worse, you won't be surprised. The site-specific factors that will affect your pro forma could be anything from new construction, retail development on the come, new homes that may make the second or third year better than the first or second year. And those are the kind of things we'll try to plug into the pro forma to get some accurate numbers so that we can do some planning on your site. So based on everything we've discussed, let's take a look at some monthly cash flow projections for a first-year car wash. On this pro forma here, we're going to assume that we're going to have a starting price of $5 and a top wash of $10. We're going to have a capture rate for those washes at 60% 5s, 25% 8s, and 15% 10s. That'll give us an average ticket of $650 a car. Based on a monthly car count projection of 7,000 cars, we're going to have gross sales of $45,500. We can look at the pro forma and see the breakdown of the 7,000 cars at $650 a car, showing us the $45,500 in sales. There's always going to be some employee-free car washes and some customer comps that we're going to do to take care of a rewash or goodwill or just new customer investments, and we'll deduct those from there. Then we'll reduce that sales by the salary dollars. We'll look at a manager with a base pay of about $30,000 a year and a couple of part-time employees. totaling about $3,800 a month. Together, their sales with bonuses for the month, including benefits, payroll taxes, would be in the neighborhood of about $8,000. As we continue on the performer, we'll look at our cost of goods sold. Our chemicals, anywhere in the neighborhood of about 77 cents a car, average over all the different washes that you're using. That comes out to be about $5,400. We're going to then remove the utilities, electric, water, gas, and phone, totaling about $3,700 a month. Remove out our office supplies, our wash supplies, tools that we need to take care of the car wash, anywhere in the neighborhood of about $300. And then we'll go down to our repairs, maintenance, unscheduled repairs, damage claims. Unfortunately, there will always be a few. That'll range in the neighborhood of about $1,000 to $1,200 a month. We'll go back up to the top of the right side of the performer, and we'll look at our insurance. Estimates for general liability insurance, workman's comp, totaling about $400 a month in payments. Again, we talked about credit card fees. Credit card fees, again, directly related to how many customers purchase by credit card. We've got to pay the fees on there. So we've got a number in here at about $600 in fees. Bank service charges, they love you, but they're going to charge you to deposit money in the bank. So we got a fee in there of about $100, bringing it up to $700. Other site maintenance, trash removal, landscaping. If you're in the Northeast, snow removal, in the neighborhood of $400 a month. Marketing and advertising, rule of thumb is 3% of what we're doing in sales to be spent in marketing. On this site here, that would spend about $1,400 in advertising. Other expenses, telephone systems, cash over shorts, recruiting, uniforms, security expenses, professional and legal fees, trade journals, reclaimed tank cleaning. Those items would be in there. We'll budget about almost $1,000 for that. Our total operating expenses would be about $22,340, leaving us with about a $22,000 or $23,000 in operating profit. From there, we'll take away our depreciation on our building and our equipment, property taxes, the principal and interest on that 80% loan that we took out, leaving our total expenses up to $34,500 and a net unit profit of about $10,660. If we add back the depreciation, that'll give us cash flow of $13,300 based on 7,000 cars in an Extreme Express model, year 1 or year 2, and anywhere in that neighborhood.
I've always heard that car washes are contagious, and I think I fallen victim of that. I'm already looking at new locations. Of course, I got to get a lot paid off here, but you know, in the next 3 years or so, I'll be looking to do another one.
The Performer is a great tool to help you plan your business and know what needs adjustments. But remember, it's a tool, not a guarantee. At the end of the day, it's still about hard work, a little bit of good weather, and a lot of good fortune. As always, good luck and good washing.